Good morning, students. I'm myself Banashri Dey, a teacher from Fyangpui High School. I'll be taking your class 9's general English. As you all are aware of this grave present situation of the country, the entire country is put into lockdown. So the government has taken a great initiative to fulfill the loss that the students have gone. So we teachers are being directed to make videos of the lessons that has already been missed. So we have been uploading it. So let's start with today's lesson. I'll be taking Lake Isles of Innisfree by W.B. Yeats. So let's start. The Lake Isles of Innisfree. So it's a poem written by William Butler Yeats, most popularly known as W.B. Yeats. So he was an Irish poet. He was born in 1865 in Dublin. So he was a great poet, a dramatist, and he wrote many philosophical and literary essays, among which of the most celebrated poem, The Lake Isles of Innisfree, is very famous, and it's a very great lyric. Lyric in the sense, in English literature, we say lyric means a person's feeling, strong feeling or emotion which has been penned down, and it is typically recited or said in a first person's voice. So Lake Isles of Innisfree. The lake, as you know, water body. Isle refers to island, and Innisfree is the place where William Butler Yeats he spent most of his time in Innisfree, a place in County Sligo. It's a small uninhabited island in the northwestern side of Ireland, on the lake Logill. So Innisfree, as we say, is a name of place which is very quiet, very serene, undisturbed totally, which Yeats wants to go and reside. Actually, he wants to stay away from the city life. It is also the place where he spent most of his summers during his childhood. And because of his sweet memories of his childhood, he repeatedly wants to go there again and again so that he could live in serenity. Here, the first line, I will rise and go now, and go to Innisfree. It means that arise means I'll stand up and go. He says that he wants to go, stand up, and as soon as possible he wants to go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. A small cabin is a very small room. He wants to make a very small room of clay and wattles. Wattles here means small sticks used for making fences or huts. So he wants to make a he wants to make a room, a very small room with clay and stick, and there, see, it's written, 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee. So he says that after he makes a room there of clay, sticks and whatever it is, for survival, as we cannot stay as human beings, we need at least food to make us survive. So for survival, he is going to plant 9 rows of beans near his room, and he will get honey from the hive, from his own hive, honey hive. So and leave alone in the bee-loud glade. Now live alone in the bee loud glade. Bee, so as everybody know, honeybee. Loud means a lot of noise, much noise produced. So bee loud glade. Loud here refers to the buzzing of the bees, and glade means a very open space, a big space. So he wants to live there alone, silently, within the humming and the buzzing of the bees. Now the next paragraph, it says that I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. So here the poet, he says that a pace of life, it will be it is much slower now, and he wants to be in the lap of nature. He wants to be with the nature, and his breath is taken away by the calmness, that by the presence of the beauty itself of the nature. And I shall have some peace there, some droppings. In the second stanza, the poet says that when in Innisfree, he will feel peaceful. He says that he's feeling peace. He's feeling at peace slowly, gradually. Tranquility engulfs him. He describes how he would feel peaceful in the morning when it is very cloudy. He says that, see, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. Here, the morning is being personified. He is comparing the morning with the vales. Vales are what? Vales are the clouds. So early morning, when a person gets up, he sees that the nature is everything covered by the clouds. Here he refers the clouds to veils. Now, what are veils? Veils are something that we cover our faces just from here. It's called veil. So he refers to the clouds as veils, to where the cricket sings. Now, crickets are somewhat like grasshoppers, but with much shorter legs. The male crickets, they produce sounds, music-like sounds. So he says that the morning is being hidden by the veil of clouds, and looking at the view, he feels so peace. He feels peace at himself. Further, he says that the cricket will sing song, and in these two he finds tranquility. And also, see, there's midnight's all a glimmer and noon a purple glow. He breathes calmness in the morning. He breathes calmness in the morning. He enjoys the midnight. He enjoys the noon. He is personifying everything. Okay, he is metaphorically describing each and everything. He is saying that there's midnight all glimmer. When he sleeps, when he gets up at midnight, he just looks up at the sky. He sees that the sky is glittering with the stars. So midnight is all a glimmer. Glimmer means shining very brightly. So he says that the stars are shining very, very brightly, and the noon a purple glow. When the sun is at its prime point at the noon, is shining. It's giving a purplish glow to it. And the evening full of linnet's wings. The evening is full of linnet's wings. Linnet is a bird with a white and brown bird with a very short beak. So he says that the calmness and placidity of the morning, and the twinkling glimmerish of the night of the stars, and the placidity in the afternoon when the sunlight will give the purplish glow, it will give him immense calmness, immense pleasure from inside. And during the evening, when he will see the linnet flying above in the sky, an immense relaxation fills him. He feels everything very serene, very placid, and very calm. So, in the first paragraph, in the first stanza, we have learned how the poet wants to be in Innisfree and how he wants to make a small cabin of clay and bottles, and how he's going to plant 9 rows of beans and honey from his own honey beehive, from the beehive of his own. And then he wants a beloved glade. He wants to stay there in an open space where there would be only the noise of the buzzing bees. So on the second in the second stanza, we feel that he feels a delightful experience amidst nature. The morning and evening has a special magical spell on him. So on the in the last stanza, we see that I will arise and go now, for always night and day. So he says that he wants to go and stay in Innisfree for whole of his life. He wants to stay day and night there. That means he wants to stay for the rest of his life there. I will hear the lake water lapping. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. Even when he is in the city, he hears the sound which is already encaptured in his memories, which has been trusted in his memories, that he feels that the lake water that is striking on the shore, it is producing a very sweet, mild sound. It has been engraved in his mind and heart, to his innermost core of his heart. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. He says that whether he is standing in the roadside in a very crowded street with all the hustle and bustle of the vehicles, with all the crowds gathering here and there, with whether the pavements, which we call footpaths here, with all the pavements, whether painted it white or grey, he still finds the memories of his experience of the Innisfree, the magical experiences that he already experienced when he was there during his childhood, the lapping of the water on the shores of the island. Everything is totally engraved in his mind. He wants to go back again and again. And in this last stanza, we feel that it has that the poet's longing to go to Innisfree has become a very great obsession for him. He wants to go. He earns to go to the island of Innisfree. He wants to stay there. He wants to enjoy the birds, the evening, the morning, the noon, everything, the dawn. He wants to live a peaceful, a placid life, everything. He wants to be alone. In one word, he wants to get back from the city life. He doesn't want to live anymore in the urbanness of the city with all the hustle and bustle, everything. He doesn't want to stay there anymore. He wants to live alone in a very calm, quiet place, a surrounding amidst nature. So that's it. So thank you. I hope you will get benefited by my this class. If you have any queries or anything that you don't understand, please there's a WhatsApp number, it's given below. You can ask any question there. I'm ready for you to answer anything and please feel free to ask anything. Thank you.